Well, hello, welcome back to the channel. It's Perry. How we doing? Hey, just wanted to give a little update on the reef. Things are still moving along with the SPS Reef. If you watched the last video, you probably see that I've moved a few things around. Otherwise, the tank is doing pretty decent. I want to get into a couple of things that I've been doing to help these acros settle in. So when I first got them, I started dosing Aquaforest ProBioS, which is a bacteria, and also their NP Pro, which is a carbon source. I don't know why. I have a suspicion that our rock that we use primarily today is devoid, and perhaps that bacteria is the missing component, at least for this reef tank, as to why I could not keep acroporas. So about a year into the tank, finally things started happening to where I could keep acropora as well as other SPS corals, and so this tank is now a dedicated SPS only tank, and things are going pretty well. I'm about 4 months in, just shy of 4 months into acros living and doing well. For a moment I did discontinue the use of the probiotic bacteria and carbon source, but I am back to using it again. So the goal for today's video is to really get into what I'm doing with the tank and where my long-term goals, the filtration, the lighting, and all of that fun stuff. So, just bear with me here. First thing I want to do is take a look at the lighting. So for this tank, I'm using 6T5s. It's a ATI fixture with 6 T5 bulbs. I'm running a Blue Plus times 3, Coral Plus times 2, and a 1 actinic, true actinic from ATI as well. I also have, which is disabled right now just for the video, but that's one of the SPS Reef actinic bars. So that's the lighting I'm using here on this reef. Alright, so forgive my wiring nightmare. As you can see, this is below the sump. Look, I really don't care so much about the neatness and everything as much as I need it to be effective. So in the rear chamber, you can see there's a long chamber back there. Over to the far left over here, you can see that there's several different pipes running down. That one right there to the left of the skimmer is the return. The other two are more safety in the event that that overflow jams for whatever reason, or that pipe jams for whatever reason. In the back there, I'm using the Cone S from Aquamax. It's rated for up to, I believe, a 90-gallon heavy bioload. And then that goes into the next filter box, or the next chamber of the sump, which I have a sand bed, as you can see, about a 2-inch sand bed. And I'm growing mangroves, and I'm just using a simple 25-watt 6500K LED. Then there's a middle chamber where there's really just some active carbon, I think, in there, and then the return chamber, and you can see that's where my ATO sensor is, as well as the heater when used, and the return pump, which is the Tunzi, rated at about 750 gallons per hour. So as you can see, the filtration is relatively simple. Forgive me again for my wiring nightmare, but again, no one really sees it. It's not really a display sump, so I have it covered for the most part. But for video purposes, I wanted to show you what's going on in there. And one day, yes, I may get in there and clean up the wires. But for now, I'm not really concerned about wires and how things look underneath. I'm more concerned about what things look like up top, which is the corals that I love, which are of course the acros. So I'm going to go in on a few of these, get some close-ups, and then we'll wrap this video up. So right here you see my Walt Disney. The thing is quite hairy, looking real good. It's hard to pull the right colors. This is as close as I could get to what it looks like in person. But it really is a beautiful, beautiful coral. I think underrated in white lighting. And now I'm just going to scan across. This piece right here is absolutely crazy. Pink, green, all sorts of different colors coming off of it. We got a little red devil Nasuda right there. I absolutely love that coral. Probably a blue Millie, a Palmer's Blue Millie is what I'm guessing on that one. How about that shaggy coral? That is some serious hairy acro right there. Just kind of fade out, and you could see some of the standards, you know, with the Monty digitata. I got a ASD Millie right there in the center of the screen. Green Slimer, that piece, which, you know, I still haven't ID'd it yet, but it's real nice. It's coming along. Miyagi Tort right over here behind this blue Tort. You see I have some bubble algae. Not overly concerned with it. Again, the goal is to try to keep acros happy. I've got, you know, the fox flame in here, which is really irritated, so I'm just going to stay away from photoing it today. But yeah, so I'm using basically I'm feeding mysis and that's mainly it. Mysis as well as Larry's Reef Frenzy. I'm feeding quite heavy, twice a day, at least two cubes per feeding. I'm also feeding RU Salty's oyster feast, which is oyster eggs. I really am pleased with the way they're working. And again, I use the probiotic bacteria from Aquaforest, and that's pretty much it. The mangroves, the skimmer, do the heavy lifting. The T5s do the heavy lifting from the lighting perspective. And then when the blue only LED comes on, you really see those crazy colors that everybody loves under blue lighting come about. But I'm more of a white lighting fan, and you know, you can see colorful, could be better, growth is coming along. And again, I put this tank, really, although it's over a year old, I put it at the 4-month mark as far as SPS keeping. So that's pretty much it. Any questions, just leave down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks guys for watching.